Hello students, today we are going to learn about exogenic factor. I want to remind you what is exogenic and endogenic factor. So exogenic factor হল যিবোৰ বাহিৰত হয় সারফেসত হয় ওকে সারফেসত হয় যিবোৰ বাহিৰত হয় যেনেকৈ আমাৰ অলৰেডি এক্সপ্লেইন কৰিছিলোঁ এন্ডোজেনিক এইবোৰ চোৱা endogenic factor itu endogenic itu exogenic okay and exogenic today we are going to learn exogenic bahiror factor to ami porhim ha je bahirot ki hoy exogenic factor ki ase amar exogenic factor bahirot janeke tumar rainfall wind river glacier sunshine এইবোৰে কি কৰে এইবোৰে প্ৰভাৱ পেলায় আমাৰ পৃথিৱীত প্ৰভাৱ পেলায় আৰু কি হয় পৃথিৱীৰ বস্তুবোৰ চেঞ্জ হয় এইটো ইউ কেন সি দিছ ওৱান মিন্স গ্লোব মেপ okay like globe map means earth map it's a map type okay not globe but you can see it's a map world map so yate jodio heribur nai nambur nai but you can see the continent africa south america north america so এইবোৰ continent দেখিছা so এইবোৰ কি হয় প্ৰভাৱ পেলায় exogenic factor কি হয় বাহিৰৰ পৰা প্ৰভাৱ পেলায় সারফেসটো চেঞ্জ কৰে আমি হেতু পঢ়িম কেনেকৈ সারফেসবোৰ চেঞ্জ হয় আৰু এন্ডোজেনিকে ভিতৰৰ পৰা প্ৰভাৱ পেলায় যেনেকৈ প্লেট টেকটনিক earthquake if earthquake happens so earth surface also change কেনেকৈ চেঞ্জ হয় earthquake যেটা মাটিৰ ভিতৰত হয় তেতিয়া ওপৰত যেটা ভাইব্ৰেট হয় because of that vibrate what happen the surface of the earth change sometimes it becomes so high sometimes it becomes so means down so today we are going to learn outside factors exogenic surface okay exogenic factor like here you can see it's a glacier of Himalaya how glacier melt down and after that it entered sea river then this glacier make water flow become high and here lots say that earlier many years ago see it's a ice age you can see ice age most part of the earth during the ice age time most part of the earth surface covered by ice okay but nowadays what very few portion we can see covered by ice so here because of the glaciers sea waves rainfall river these are also made change in on our earth surface here first we'll learn about works of river because of river is one of the important factor rain after that rain then river is one of the important factor it changed our surface very fast in the this time actually this present time because of global warming some places where earlier were get less rain now become more rain so it's also what change earth surface like Brahmaputra basin every year we see that Brahmaputra basin is change its surface so here is one short video I have taken from digital class there is a video about the how river changed the surface watch the video
as a river flows down from a mountain towards the sea typically, its course can be divided into 3 stages: the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. The flowing water in the river acts as an agent in creating landforms through erosion and also through transportation and deposition of the eroded material. Let's look at the various landforms created by a river through the processes of erosion, transportation, and deposition along the 3 stages of its course. In the upper course, the river flows through mountainous regions. Since the river flows down steep slopes, the water usually flows swiftly at this stage. The swift flow of water erodes the banks and beds of the river. Erosion, therefore, is the main process creating landforms at this stage. Let's learn about some of the landforms created by rivers at this stage. Often, the swift flow of water down a steep slope results in the eroding of the bed more than the banks of the river. Due to this, a narrow bed with almost vertical banks is formed. This is called a gorge. Over a period of time, the flowing river, carrying large volumes of water, tends to erode the riverbed less and instead erodes the slopes of the banks. This causes the vertical sides of the river banks to become wider. The river banks take the shape of the letter V. Such a valley is called a V-shaped valley. Sometimes the water in swiftly flowing rivers swirls and makes the pebbles on the riverbed also move in circles. These pebbles cut circular depressions in the riverbed called potholes. When water flows down a hilly region over layers of hard rock and soft rock, the soft rock may get easily eroded, forming a difference in height in the riverbed. The water falling down from a height due to this difference in height leads to the formation of a waterfall. At the bottom of the waterfall, plunge pools are formed. In the middle course, the river enters the plains. The slope flattens and the speed of the water also slows down. The eroded material from the upper course is transported by the water to the plains and begins to get deposited along the course of the river. At this stage, the main processes creating landforms are transportation and deposition. Let's learn about the landforms formed by rivers in the middle course. As the river flows through its middle course, the slope becomes gentler and the river stops cutting into the bed and instead begins to cut into the banks. The valley becomes wider to form plains. When the river is flooded, the eroded material being transported by the river begins to get deposited on both sides of the banks. Usually, the coarser material is deposited near the river banks, while the finer material moves away from the banks into the plains that are flooded with water. This leads to the formation of floodplains. Since the coarser material gets deposited closer to the banks, hillock-like structures are formed parallel to the river banks. These elevations are called flood levees. Another landform created due to deposition in the middle course is meanders. The water in the river usually tends to flow faster on the outside bends of the river than on the inside bends. Due to this, the outer banks get eroded, while there is deposition on the inner bank. When such instances are repeated, the river develops a zigzag path. Such a zigzag river is called a meandering river, and each loop is called a meander. At the time of floods, the force of the water may cause the river to ignore the zigzag path and flow in a straight path. When silt gets deposited at the entrance of a loop, the loop may get cut off from the rest of the river channel, and oxbow lakes are formed. In the lower course, when the river flows into the seawater resists the flow. Due to this, the material brought by the river is deposited at the mouth of the river. This continuous deposition causes obstacles in the flow of the river. The river splits into distributaries. This deposition causes the formation of a triangular plane called a delta. Let's recap the different kinds of landforms created at different stages along the course of a river.